All right, guys, it's time to earn your Sunday presented by Lowe's.
Do you want to see my Marshawn Lattimore impression?
This is so hard this has got to be hard for Barry because the game's on right now. Can you even? It's still 31. Is it 30?
Yeah, 31-7.
31-7.
You don't want to watch.
Have you ever tried to play corner in the NFL?
No, because you know what? No, I can't.
So they moved me to safety.
I know that I can't.
It's a hard job.
I'm sure it's a hard job.
So enough
It's a very hard job.
And now he's with us.
That's why the people that do it well get paid well.
Okay, guys, I want you to give a superlative to the person that I'm going to say. It's Flacco. It's about him throwing 470 yards, but the Bears still getting the victory against the Bengals.
Yeah, I mean, Flacco, unbelievable, right? It's so frustrating that the Bengals can't mount a defense. In Joe Flacco's 4 starts, the Bengals are averaging 32 points per game. You score 32 points in an NFL game, you should win. You should be able to win, and they're 1-3 under Flacco through no fault of his own.
Mm-hmm. Well, they say Father Time is undefeated. Maybe Father Time's taken an L with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, this is the guy most likely to steal your girl, right?
Oh God!
This is This is Joe Burrow's team. He's out there crushing it. Joe Burrow, this Joe. Wow. Now, next thing you know, there's a new Joe. The new Joe's in town. He's 30 points a game, 400 yards passing. I mean, what's going on here?
Right? That was a good one.
My favorite sign of the weekend was I'm wacko for Flacco, because I certainly am. And again, I'm so impressed. I mean, it is hard to play quarterback in the NFL. He's 41 years old. He goes to a new team, and he's lighting it up like it's
Why do you even want to be out
there? But he's so poised. He has such command of the offense. The ball comes out of his hands so cleanly. He throws it exactly where he wants to throw it. They're great weapons in Cincinnati. Yeah. We all know that, but he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, Flacco's 40, by the way. He's like, don't give me an extra year. I'm young, okay?
No, but it's like 40 in like 280 days. He's getting close. He's getting close.
And that's why he's the oldest quarterback to throw for 470 yards. All right, the Packers upset by Rico, Dowdle, and the Panthers. 2 pumps at home.
Two pumps.
One's okay. Two is a little
too much. Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, unbelievable game from Rico Dowdle. Prior to the week, Dave Canales said we have to just kind of recognize what Dowdle has done. No disrespect to Chuba Hubbard, but Dowdle getting the start. But by the way, very quietly, Bryce Young now has 4 straight wins.
Come on.
This is a young man that has just been much maligned, and I'm not saying he's a perfect quarterback, but
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, indeed, Devin McCourty. 4 straight wins for the Panthers. Good for Dave Canales and that organization.
And for the Packers, we can't have nice things. Yeah. Like every time they start moving in the right direction, what happens? They lose to the Browns. They tied the Cowboys. Then they got it going again, and now they lose a game at home that they should have won.
And Tucker Kraft goes down too.
Yeah, that's right, and that's going to hurt them badly. He was one of the most important players on the team.
It starts to be a feeling for Carolina. They're not too far off. They topped the same amount of wins they had last year with 5-4. We don't really think about them, but this team has been playing some good football. And you just said it, with Bryce Young at the helm, 4 straight. Last week, it would have been interesting if Bryce Young was able to be out there against that Buffalo Bills team. But it's been fun watching Carolina and Dave Canales as they've been building this and what Bryce Young is turning into.
Yeah, you know, I love the story of the young quarterback who doesn't go away. It's hard to transition to be a rookie quarterback in the NFL, particularly on a bad team. And so credit Carolina for how they handled the situation. Last year, they sat him down. And Bryce Young didn't go away. And you know, I heard a lot of people say you can't do that to the first player taken in the draft. You can't do that to your young guy. If he goes away in that situation, meaning he just, you know, he doesn't step up to the challenge and compete and fight for that job, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You really do. And just how he responded to it. And the other part of this thing is the team around him has gotten better. The coaching, I think, has gotten better, more experienced. But you get running backs, you're playing better on defense. All of a sudden, you don't have to do everything. And now you're starting to see that guy that we saw at Alabama who had so much success. But Dowdle's been a huge part of it. And when you got a guy like that, give him the rock because he makes everybody else's life better.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time, but watching Bryce Young play just makes me happy. I just look at Devin, I'm like, okay, that might be my new NFC South team. Don't tell the Falcons I said it. The Steelers forcing 6 turnovers in a win against the Colts, the league's best offense.
It was a gotta-have-it game, a statement game for the Steelers defense, which has also been much maligned. T.J. Watt, a sack, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, indicative of that entire defense at home. That was Steelers football. You know, it's been a while since we've seen that kind of defensive effort from Pittsburgh. Huge game against a team that's as good as any in the NFL.
When I was a kid, one of the things that I dreaded hearing, and I heard it often because my mouth would get me in trouble, was wait until your father gets home. Well, Daddy came home for the Steelers on Sunday. He was gone last week. I don't know where Daddy was, because that was not the Steelers.
Daddy's back.
I gotta follow
Daddy was
that up.
back today.
You gotta follow up. Daddy came home. That's the headline. Daddy came home. Here we go. You force 6 turnovers. You play your style. Daddy came home, and Daddy came home with a certain type of attitude, and it fixed the kids. They got in line when Daddy walked in the door.
He did. Again, I don't know how to follow that one up either. I just love what they did. I loved how they altered their scheme.
Yep.
And they played the way they're capable of playing. They made subtle adjustments. It wasn't like they were playing 50 different coverages, but essentially they said, let's not isolate our corners outside and let these quarterbacks and receivers get after those guys. Let's play more zone. Let's force them to throw the ball underneath. Let's play some shell defense. 2 safeties deep, roll up outside. Let's double those guys outside, and let's let our guys inside defend the run and then go get the quarterback, and that's what they did. And that can be a really hard place to play when they get rocking. Personal experience there, and it's hard on quarterbacks. And Pittsburgh was just downhill at Indianapolis the whole game. Again, the big thing, and somebody said it, Indianapolis was the best offense in football coming into that game. So really impressive by Pittsburgh.
Florio, if I say go get a switch, does it mean anything to you?
Oh, listen, my mother had the full arsenal.
Okay.
Tell you a bad kid.
And it didn't help. That's the thing. It doesn't work. I would do a cost-benefit analysis when I had a really good smart-ass remark from my mother. Is it worth the beating? And I would say, yes, it was.
Always was. You went with the analytics.
It was back in the 70s. I mean, it was a different time.
They think only players' brains should be studied. Your brain
There's so many layers every week to learn about
that
Florida.
we're peeling back slowly.
How much?
All right, how about Stafford throwing 4 touchdowns, leading the NFL with 21 passing touchdowns this season?
He's been unbelievable this year. And, you know, so much of the MVP talk so far has been Mahomes, Allen, Baker Mayfield, Jonathan Taylor. Matthew Stafford's right there. This Rams team is playing as well as we've ever seen it, and Stafford just, he's 37, but he doesn't look it. He's been fantastic. He's been without Puka Nacua for a while here as well. Nacua came back and then left this game for a little bit. Stafford's been nothing short of fantastic, and the Rams are right there with the best teams in the NFL.
MVP fringe. He's getting there. He's getting there. There's other candidates, but when you look at the Colts losing today, it's going to take some steam out of Daniel Jones or Jonathan Taylor. The Lions lose, takes a little steam out of Jared Goff. The Chiefs lose, a little steam out of Patrick Mahomes. Stafford, and for all the back issues he had, the questions in the preseason, is he going to be able to get through the season? Is he going to be able to get to the season? He's been incredible.
Yeah, the only thing that might be holding him back is the Seattle team if they win the division or something like that. But I think it's fun to watch. You watch Stafford, the guy came into the NFL in 2009. Like, we're talking about him and Joe Flacco with these amazing days and how he's still playing at this level. I mean, the old guys can still go out there and sling the ball with the best of them. Stafford did that today.
Yeah, we sadly lost one of the greats, a movie icon, Robert Redford, the last couple months. And one of my favorite roles that Redford played was in The Natural, Roy Hobbs. That's what I think about when I see that guy right there. I mean, the first time I ever saw this guy throw, I was like, oh, my God. I mean, I've never seen a guy throw a ball like this. And he's still doing it. You said it, 37 years old. He's had a lot of different injuries. He's as tough as they come. He's as tough mentally and physically. Got beat up a lot of years in Detroit. And he just brings it every week. And, you know, we laugh about these no-look throws that he makes. But this is playing quarterback in the NFL at the age of 37. And he's looking guys off. And it's like he's playing pickup basketball. So his talent level throwing the ball, his understanding of the game, and then the poise and just the comfort level that he plays with makes everybody else around him better. It's a great story.
It didn't get a ton of attention in the offseason the way some other moves did, but Devontae Adams to the Rams might have been one of the best offseason moves. Everyone talks about Chase and Higgins, and rightfully so, but there's not a better duo than Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams right now.
You guys say all that. All I see is go Dogs.
Fair.
I got the win over Florida. That's all I see. We were
Hey,
in
how about
school
Highland
together,
Park
holding
High
it
School?
down. How about it? How about Kershaw?
He and Clayton Kershaw, Scotty Scheffler.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Let's go.
We got to do some research on that, okay? How about Cam Little setting an NFL record with that 68-yard field goal and the Jags getting the win?
Yeah, good for him. You know, he kicked this, I think it was a 73-yarder in the preseason, so we knew he had the leg, but the fact that he got the opportunity, was indoors, nails it, gets an NFL record, good for him. That was a dicey game for the Jaguars, where they just sort of, you know, Mike likes to call it playing with their food. You know, I just felt like, but ultimately they got out, they Good for Pete Carroll for going for 2. They don't get it. The Jags get a win. And Cam Little is now an NFL record holder.
Yeah.
I think they need to change the name of the K-ball to like the vitamin B12 ball. 'Cause, I mean, it's amazing now, and I think it's an extra 5 to 7 yards. Now, it still takes a good kicker, but you get a little extra lift. It's just a matter of time before they get to 70.
I'm amazed because I was a part of Deflategate and everybody cared about the ball this, how much air that, what do you do?
You were a part of that?
I was a part of that. You know,
Oh.
I wasn't a part of actually. I didn't touch
Ted
the
Wells.
footballs, but I'm
Ted
just
Wells.
saying.
Where
I
are
had
you,
to-
Ted Wells?
Do we need to check your phone?
I had to. You could check it. I might smash it before you get it. But I was involved. I had to go to the podium, answer all these questions. Now all of a sudden they're changing the footballs, guys, breaking records. This is nonsense.
I'm taking a completely different spin on this.
Good.
You guys know who Roger Bannister is?
No.
Of course, 4-minute mile.
Yeah, he broke the 4-minute mile.
Oh, so me and Maria don't.
And so for years and years and years, they said it was physically impossible to run a mile under 4 minutes. Okay, can't do it. Physiologically, you can't do it. Okay, Roger Bannister, 1956, breaks the 4-minute mile.
You just remembered this?
This
Princeton
is
guy.
something you need to know.
Gather them up.
Literally in the next 18 months after he breaks the 4-minute mile, this thing that nobody could ever do, 10 other guys break the 4-minute mile. Okay, so for years in the NFL, it was Tom Dempsey, 63 yards. You can't kick it farther than that, right? But then all of a sudden, you start removing that ceiling, and you break that ceiling. So you guys are talking about K-ball. Okay, I'm talking about psychology and performance here. Give Little a little credit. The guy kicked it 68 yards.
Right.
Nobody's ever done this in the history of the 105 years we've been playing football in the National Football League. Nice job, Little.
I just so happen to do
Well
it
done.
Yeah.
when they have the new K-balls. That's all.
That's all you're saying. That's
all we're
all
saying.
you're saying.
Devin's a hater. He's been sitting too close to
Roger Bannister.
Flory all season.
I
He's
like
just a
that.
hater.
He broke a glass ceiling.
He
okay?
broke the glass
We're
ceiling.
gonna
And
see
everyone
where it
else
goes
says,
from
hey,
there.
we can do this.
Yeah.
That's what we
And
have.
a young Little saw this.
Right.
And he took advantage of
And the
it.
Falcons missed a PAT that could have tied the game, and now I got to deal with Devin.
Yeah.
Yeah, all happened in the same week.
Kickers matter.
28-3.
Week 9.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.